A question we get asked a lot is, can you learn fencing from reading the historical fencing manuals?
And the answer is no.
There is no martial art you can learn from just reading a book.
A better question is, do you need to read the manuals to be a good fencer?
And the answer, surprisingly, is no.
Before we can really answer that question, we have to talk about what the manuals are and what they aren't.
What they are not is a step-by-step guide of how to learn fencing from the ground up.
Depending on what manual you're reading, it can be anything from a collection of techniques and philosophy about fencing to a brochure selling that master's services.
Most of the manuals assume a base level of knowledge in things like footwork and basic blade work before they ever get into the technical stuff.
If you don't have a good grasp of these fundamentals, reading the manuals can actually do more harm than good.
Much more important than trying to read the manuals is
having a good coach.
An instructor who can teach you the basics of fencing has always been absolutely essential to being a fencer.
Fiore wasn't out there to sell copies of his book, he was out there to get hired as a teacher.
However, that doesn't mean you should totally ignore the sources.
Once you have a good grasp of these fundamentals, this is your time to dive into the text.
This doesn't mean that you need to read the text to be a good fencer. There are other ways to interact with the sources if reading isn't your thing. You can take seminars, you can work with coaches who understand the material, but
at some point, having a working knowledge of the sources is important.